Hi everybody, my name is Phoebe, and this is our semester of solo week 3 intermediate class. This class is focusing on Charleston kicks. It assumes that you have maybe a little bit of prior knowledge about the 30s Charleston basic. So this class is really targeted at people that kind of know that basic and have covered it already in previous classes. We'll be taking that basic that you already know and kind of breaking it down into its constituent parts, looking at the technique that underlies those little bits, and seeing how we can kind of reconstruct some different shapes with them. This will be like a very small foray into that world, which will hopefully encourage you to go out and explore how you can experiment with your Charleston a little bit more. So what I'm going to get you to do to start off with is I'm going to get you to clear a space in your living room or wherever, and I'm going to ask you to pulse along with me. Now, if you watched my solo Lindy class from a few weeks ago, you know I talk about pulse a lot, we all do, in jazz dances inevitably. This pulse that we're doing right now, as usual, we're not bouncing up and down like this. Instead, we're pulsing into the floor. A good way to make sure that you're not pulsing too much is if you look at how your feet are arching. If they're arching up a lot, then you're probably bouncing too much. So we're just pulsing up and down in our usual jazz posture with our chest kind of forward. Hitting, 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 hitting. And when you're ready, I want you to allow the bottom half of your leg, I don't know anatomically what the correct word is for that, the foreleg? I don't know. The foreleg, we'll call it, to swing out like this. And gradually, just go into your Charleston kicks. And kick, and kick, and kick, and kick. Again, keeping this jazz posture. And we're scooting our feet with every kick. And kick, and kick, and kick, and kick, and kick. What I like to do is keep my arms fairly loose. You can move them contrary to the motion of your feet, or you can bring them in and out like this. And kick. So one thing that I mentioned there that's quite important is scooting your foot with every kick. So when you kick the foot that happens to have your weight on it, you often end up scooting backwards or in some direction. It kind of depends on where you're traveling. This is pretty important for Charleston to retain this scoot. When we're dancing on carpets, it can be a little bit more difficult because obviously there's so much friction underneath us. It can be tempting to get into a habit of just keeping our feet rooted to the ground and kicking without any of that scoot. That's okay as long as that's a deliberate choice, but often it will be helpful to make sure you're able to move this back foot around a little bit, especially when it comes to kind of kicking in different directions and retaining mobility. If you want to learn more about kicking in different directions, you can check out Sarah's class next week. But for now, we'll be focusing on this kind of linear movement. So points to retain so far, because we covered a few. Pulse, keeping this jazz posture with your chest kind of forward and your hips back, and trying, if possible, to make sure you're scooting your feet. Okay, so now that we've covered our single kicks in some depth, I'm going to introduce the double kick, which looks like this. Double kick, double kick, double kick, double kick, double kick. So just try that with me. Double kick, double kick, double kick, double kick, double kick, double kick. Again, if you're scooting your feet, you should be able to turn as you do this fairly easily. Okay, so now that we've covered our single kicks and our double kicks, we're going to combine them together. So we're going to do 2/8 of single kicks and then 2/8 of double kicks, like this. A 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a double kick, double kick, double kick, double kick. Don't worry about kicking across the body. Again, Sarah will cover that next week. If that naturally happens, that's okay as well. Also, if you want to kind of emphasize your double kicks with your hands in any way, that's also cool. Lots of people do this thing as like pushing forward with their hands as they kick to emphasize that kind of double forward movement. So that's really cool. In general, while we're doing Charleston, you can, as a default, choose to keep your arms fairly loose and just let them kind of swing around. Nothing too crazy. And just let them kind of swing around. Or you can be really kind of stylized and do like this whole thing. Again, we'll cover that in later classes as well. So again, just do whatever feels comfortable for you. Okay, so now we're going to try that little 2/8 of single and 2/8 of double kicks to a little bit of music. 6, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that was really good. Those are some of the building blocks of our kind of basic Charleston kicks. So now that we've covered the single and the double kick, again, there are all sorts of rhythms you can play with. But now we're going to move on and focus on something called the scoot. So this is a very fun one. I like this one a lot. It kind of has something resembling the shape of a regular kick, but with slightly different dynamics, and it looks like this. Kick, 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 kick. Okay? So for this one, slightly unusually, you might want to kind of break this jazz posture if you're going for this really kind of funky leaning back styling of things. What's important for this one though is that, again, you're not jumping. So you're not jumping from foot to foot. That's kind of a different styling that we'll probably cover later. But instead, you're just kind of letting your weight fall as you scoot your feet. So it's all just weight changes. Change, and change, and change, and change. The kicking effect comes from you just releasing your foot that doesn't have the weight on it. So it's all just a release of your weight and allowing your weight to fall down. So try that one with me, 2/8 of that. First of all, leaning back and then leaning forward. A 5, 6, a 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So we're going to use that as a little bit of ornamentation later. So now that we've done scoots and we've done our single and double kicks, we're going to move on to kicking backwards. Very exciting. So we've done our forward kicks. Now, if you kick forward and hitch, then I'm going to encourage you to kick backwards. I may need to move that table. Give me 1 second. Okay, so we're back with new and improved floor space. Okay, so backwards kicks. These kicks are the same as kicking in any other direction. What's really important to note is that the important thing about directing kicks is where you're driving your knee. Because the knee drives the movement of the kick. We kick with the knee, and then this bottom section of our leg, that movement of the kick just flows from the movement of our knee. So we're driving the movement by engaging our knee like this. If we kick forward, we bring our knee forward. If we kick to the side, like this, then we bring our knee to the side. If we kick to the back, then we bring our knee to the back. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. So do this along with me. A 5, 6, 7, and a forward, back, forward, back, now really try and emphasize the motion of that kick with the rest of your body. So one way of doing that is to lean very far forward and create a really nice long line like this. And another way to do that is by engaging the opposite shoulder to your kick. So that'll help you really swing your arms as you kick. So let's just try that. It looks a bit like this. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. So once you've gotten comfortable with this forward and backwards motion, we can take this up a notch to our regular Charleston, which of course looks like this. Forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back, forward. Okay? So try that with me for 2 8s. A 5, 6, 7, and a forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can also combine this with our rock step to produce our regular 30s Charleston. If you are a bit rusty on this or haven't really seen it before, then that should look like this. Caveat, for those of you who are familiar, I'm going to be doing leader's footwork. So just recapping that footwork quickly, it looks like this. Rock step to start off with, rock step, followed by a kick down. From the side in total that looks like this, rock step, kick down. So we're just dropping our weight down after the kick. So in total, rock, step, kick, down. Now you'll notice I'm retaining my scoot for most of that as well, very important. Rock, step, kick, down. And then we just apply something we only just learned now, so you should remember it. Kick and kick. So that forward and backward. Making sure to keep that kind of contra body motion as well. Kick and kick. And then a down. So that's just dropping your weight on your right foot again. So in total that looks like this. Rock, step, kick, down, kick, and kick, down. One more time. Rock, step, kick, down, kick, and kick, down. Easy. So now that we've done this basic, you can apply a bunch of the things I taught you earlier, such as the double kick, which looks like this. Rock, step, kick, and double kick. Rock, step, kick, and double kick. That's one ornamentation. You can also apply the scoots, which I taught you earlier. So that should look like this. Rock, step, kick, down, kick, scoot, scoot, and rock, step, kick, down, kick, scoot, scoot, and rock, step, kick, down, kick, scoot, scoot, and rock, step, kick, down, kick, back. Rock, step, kick, down, kick, forward. Rock, step, kick, down, kick, back. Rock, step, kick, down, kick, forward. Okay, so now you have a few different variations to play with. You have your 30s Charleston basic, rock, step, kick, down, and kick, down. You have your 40s Charleston basic, which looks like this. Back, forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back. You have your double kick variation, double kick, rock, step, kick, and double kick. And you have your scoots. Rock, step, kick, down, kick, scoot, 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 rock, step, kick, down, kick, scoot, scoot, scoot. Okay, so now we're going to combine those together into a little combo. Yay! So we're going to combine everything we've done together today. That's our single kicks. That's our double kicks. That is our 30s Charleston basic. Our variation where we had our double kick added onto the end and our scoots added onto the end. So we're going to do 2 8s of each. In total, that should look like this. A 5, 6, a 5, 6, 7, and single. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, double kick, double kick, double kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 30s Charleston. Step, kick, kick, and kick. Rock, step, kick, kick, and kick. Double kick variation. Double kick, rock, step, kick, and double kick, rock, step, kick, kick, scoot, 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 rock, step, kick, and kick, scoot, scoot, scoot. You can make those scoots kind of as eccentric and as leaning forward or backwards as you want, just as long as you're not overbalancing. But yeah, you can make them look really silly. Okay, so now that we've done that sequence, we're gonna do it to a little song. 6, 5, 6, 7, and single. Double. Thirties. One more. Double kick. Double kick. And then with a scoop. So that was just to show you a few potential variations and adaptations of Charleston moves and kicks that you can use. The great thing about the 30s Charleston Basic is that the second half of it, so those last 4 beats, can be used for a whole bunch of really interesting like footwork and move combinations. So I just showed you a couple of quite straightforward examples there with the double kick and the scoots, but you can really be quite experimental. You can add in a jump and a tap. You can add in some sideways kicks in this direction. Yeah, so I'd encourage you to go out and think of 3 or 4 variations yourself that you can use and employ in your practice. But that brings us to the end of this class today. I hope this was kind of a decent way of getting you back into fast dancing and fast music, despite whatever kind of carpeted environment you might be in. So next week, Sarah will be picking up this class by talking more about Charleston, but she'll be using kicks in various different directions, so that should be very exciting. So tune in for that. That's all from me. Thank you for tuning in to today's